Essentially, we noticed there's like a problem in fitness in South Africa right now. There are so many great athletes, but if you want to become a professional athlete in South Africa, you have to be the best of the best. That's how you're going to get your sponsorships. And there's no middle ground where you can be like an average athlete, but a good entertainer.
Equip people with the tools to take advantage of their passion and turn it into, like you said multiple times, like a profession.
But I was like, let's organize a massive event and like we can have like all the best athletes in Cape Town there. We'll try and put together sponsorship packages for the weekend.
We actually even went down the avenue to organize like a really cool race at the prom. Basically what we're doing now is actually we're doing this same thing, that same mission on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
More accessible without any costs.
Yeah.
For more people.
This is a sustainable build your life on fitness.
I want to know in the comments, what's better, German or French bread? Please be honest.
We've really done 7 guests, which is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I must say, like 7 weeks, 7 guests.
Yeah, it's just nice also actually maybe giving people a bit more of a background why we even started this whole thing.
Yeah, so we needed to chat a little bit more about ourselves. We had a great guest on last night.
Yeah, because we have a huge ego. We just want to keep chatting about ourselves.
No, we had a great guest on last night, Dean Horwitz. And
Shout out Dean.
Shout out Dean. By the time this episode's out, that episode will probably already be out, so go watch that. But he was chatting to us about like, you got to back yourself. You got to be authentic. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to tell our story, why we're doing this, why you would want to follow Daniel Desmond or Jannis Rothmel.
Yeah, just call me Jannis.
Jannis.
Please.
Jannis.
Don't even try.
It's German and it's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's German and a mouthful.
Yeah. And say it.
Rothmel.
Rothmel. Jannis Rothmel, yes. And why you guys want to follow us, basically.
If you want to follow us.
Yeah, well, why do they want to follow us? Yeah. Please. No, so like let's take it back. How did ATHCO start from your perspective? Give us the story.
I think it's actually, the idea originated quite a long time ago. I feel like I met you 2.5, 3 years ago playing spikeball, just giving it short background story on that. And then we just kept in touch because obviously my girlfriend is South African, so I always back and forth in between both countries. And you were one of the only people that actually always kept in touch, which was beautiful. And then we started chatting, just having monthly calls, hanging out. And then you actually came to me pitching the idea of like, you want to start like an athlete creator retreat?
Yeah, that's where it started. I think like we actually wanted to do it this trip. Things like got so busy and we weren't able to.
Yeah,
but
we actually even went down the avenue to organize like a really cool race at the prom or like another cool race.
Yeah.
Just bringing people together, bringing brands, creators, and athletes together.
Yeah.
And with that, opening opportunities for people to monetize their passions.
Yeah, no, it was like the how it started in my head, right? Because I think like we're super aligned on ATHCO, but like you were doing something similar in Germany or like wanted to do something similar, and I was like thinking about doing something similar here. So essentially in my head I was like, it'd be so cool just to get a group of friends together and go rent a house somewhere, and then you have your own 21K, like your own half marathon, and like it would be fun. And then the idea was Jannis was coming down. Jannis does some social media. I wanted to get more into social media. I was like, we could create some content. So maybe we should bring friends who want to also create content, and we do a little like content house weekend away with a run. And then Jannis was like, why stop there? Let's think big. Let's organize an event. And I was like, cool, let's organize an event. So then I go back to the drawing board and I'm like, let's think big. So
you came back, let's make this even bigger.
Yeah, Jannis was like, let's think big. And I was like, let's think huge. So I went way too big. And then Jannis pulled me back. I was like, let's organize a massive event with sponsors.
Did you pull it back? Let's organize a massive event.
No, yeah. I was like, no, you had to pull me back down to earth when I came back to you. So, but I was like, let's organize a massive event and like we can have like all the best athletes in Cape Town there. And they'll all get like sponsored by different... We'll try and put together sponsorship packages for the weekend. So like protein, maybe like a shoe partner,
some
maybe
apparel,
like a apparel, like that sort of thing. So like you sign up for this, you get like a package of sorts. and you there and you make content for the brands essentially that you're representing.
And the
if you,
brands basically know when they come and sponsor this, they will get certain amount of output because
yeah,
basically there's like a combined amount of people creating content.
exactly. So this was our idea, and we still actually want to do that at some point. Like it's so much.
Yeah, actually, let us know if you guys would be keen for something like that. That would be actually very cool to hear from the community if
Yeah.
they feel like there is a need or urge for an event like that.
Yeah, so like a really cool, like a content centric event. You know, it's not about times or speed or whatever. I'm sure people will still be competitive, but we're like, we want to do this event. We wanted to do one for runners, want to do one for cyclists, and one for like HYROX hybrid type athletes.
Wait, crazy idea on the podcast. How about we finding like a mix between triathlon, which basically
Yeah.
involves swimming, cycling, and running, but add in somehow HYROX,
Well, like make the triathletes
Like
flip
a-
and do a sled push.
a quad athlete or something.
You're a quadathlon.
Oh my word!
So after
That's a
your dude,
mouthful.
here we go. We're gonna do this one day. HYROX, easy. Triathlon, Ironman, easy. Quadathlon, okay. You finish a full Ironman and then you go into a HYROX, full HYROX after your.
No. I have a bad idea. After each discipline, so after swimming, you have to do like a few HYROX stations.
So wait, there's the 3 disciplines, so you split them up and you put like
HYROX in between.
HYROX in between. Yeah, HYROX in between your flippin' full Ironman. Get ready. We're gonna all
Let's go.
2028 ATHCO quadathlon. You know. Yeah. No. But yeah. No. So. Jeez, that would be cool. Though.
Actually,
That would be so sick, man.
That is like the ultimate fitness.
I would never
race.
do that.
No,
do
we would make content about
it. You would do it. Like, anyway, yeah. So I pitched this idea. I was like, what if we do these events? Jannis was like super on board, super keen. He pulled me back down to earth. He was like, maybe the first one we should make a bit small, but like, let's do it. So we were working on this events strategy. And then we were like, geez, it's going to be super hard to get everyone involved if they don't know the brand.
Especially time was running out. That was the problem too.
Time was running out. There's a lot of legal things when it comes to organizing a race in Cape Town. We looked into it. We're like, oh, we could maybe just pull this off, but it would be happening like right now,
And
end
at
of
what cost as
February,
well.
and nobody would know about the brand. It would be
Yeah.
how we launched the brand, and that wasn't necessarily the best strategy, we thought. So we're like, hey, let's do a podcast so we can talk to people, we can build a community, we can like get into the Cape Town fitness community. I'm here in the Cape Town fitness community. I feel like I could be more involved. Like some people are so involved.
But you actually are quite involved. That means also a very healthy balance. I mean,
Yeah.
you are going to the run clubs. You are speaking to people. You are meeting people.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm involved. I know people who are far more in it than I am.
But it
And
can
then
get exhausting,
Jannis,
I guess.
yes, like that needs to be your whole life then. Like
Yeah.
there's no time for doing a podcast if you're like just living that Cape Town lifestyle. And then Jannis was coming from Germany, so he knew a few people and stuff, but it's still kind of like a little bit outside the Cape Town space.
For sure.
And he needed to integrate a little bit into the space first. So like this past 3 months when we've been launching this podcast to launch the ATHCO brand, it's really been about, okay, building community, meeting people, connections, learning from different people in the social media and fitness space. And
And I mean, the initial idea why you wanted to like pitch me the idea with the creator getaway
yeah,
is actually because that basically helps the people that are there,
yeah,
which maybe be like 10 or 12 creators or how many,
yeah,
to better monetize their passion for
Yeah.
sports
yeah,
and create content around it, then which they can then get paid for by brands. And
yeah,
basically what we're doing now is actually we're doing this same thing, that same mission on a bigger scale,
yeah,
more accessible without any costs
yeah,
for more people. Because I mean, we are not there yet. We want to
No.
bring people on. I mean, we said that multiple times,
Yeah.
that have in some way of form actually monetize their social media or their passion for being an athlete. Let's
Yeah.
be it with a proper job or like do social media management or even with brand partnerships, and then tell their stories and their tools and ways how they did it and to you guys, so you can maybe apply it to yourself.
yeah. Essentially, we noticed there's like a problem in fitness in South Africa right now where there are so many great athletes, but if you want to become a professional athlete in South Africa, you have to be the best of the best. That's how you're going to get your sponsorships. And there's no middle ground where you can be like an average athlete, but a good entertainer and make good content and still be a professional through, say, brand sponsorships or these sort of things. And we were also wanting to learn because Jannis is like flipping incredible athlete, like very fast HYROX, ultra marathon runner.
If I'm not injured, yes.
He's not when he's not injured. And I am like kind of amateur athlete. I'm getting there slowly but surely. I'm gonna be by the end of this year.
Dude,
I'm gonna be
honestly,
epic as
you
well.
are. That's
Let's
all,
go.
all you believe in. Also, like super talented filmmaker, you know.
But yeah, so I was like, I'm never gonna be the best. I'm not gonna win a HYROX in my life. I've accepted that, you know, or necessarily an ultra marathon or whatever. But I still like the idea of working in sports and sports entertainment and media because I'm a media guy, come from a filmmaking past. I'm a photographer, and I was like, I want to be in this environment, whether or not I'm the athlete himself or whether I'm the filmmaker guy behind the scenes. And so we're like, how do we work in our passion? I think for you as well, like you're a filmmaker and you also want to work in your passion, which is fitness. Same with me. I'm a filmmaker. I want to work in my passion, that's fitness. So we're like, how do you actually do that? That was our question because we wanted to do that.
Yeah, and I feel like there's also not one way
No.
because that's also the thing. I feel like we met so many different people already, even though it's just like 7 weeks, and everybody has a different way, and not every way is the perfect right fit for every person.
Yeah.
So it's cool having just different options and different ways to do so.
Yeah, I think the more we chat to people and discover this economy, the fitness economy, it's like one person has a full-time job, but it's a fitness job. Like we chatted to Emma, and she works for a fitness app. Other guys, they are so passionate about this, like Dean, they'll finish a work week and then spend 3 days in a studio pumping out 19 episodes in 3 days.
Then you, for example, you have Connor, he works as a PT.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have like some more cool people on, like just hinting also another person that maybe built one of the coolest gyms in the Cape Town community.
Yeah. So like there's so many different ways you can monetize your passion and work in this space. And we were like, how do we help other people do that? Because like for me, one of my big focuses in life is like, I don't want my life to be fully about myself. I want to give back. I want other people to succeed. And I believe firmly it's better to give than to receive. So the more I give away, you know, the more that'll come back to me. You know, you sow what you reap at the end of the day. And if you're giving out like without expecting anybody to give anything back to you, you're actually gonna get more opportunities. 100%. You know, you've got to have a generous mindset. I believe, especially in this kind of work. You know,
and I also feel like it's very controversial and kind of contradicts itself. I mean, in the end, we want to help people to make more money with this podcast.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, you need to make money to survive. But in the end, it should never be about money. In the end, it is about a passion. A passion for sport, which we then want to utilize to make a living from it. So the root is never the money itself. The money is the byproduct. The root is the passion for it.
Exactly. We're not promising anyone that you're going to become a millionaire. This is not a get rich quick scheme.
Join the group now.
Join the
Buy
group
my
now.
course.
Buy my course. It's not a get rich quick scheme, guys. Like this is a sustainable build your life on fitness thing. Like it's like, how do you make your passion, your lifestyle, something that you can also survive off of? Because like so often, like for me personally, I'll be running, I'll be gymming, whatever. But most of my time, a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, is I'm in an office editing photos of hotels. And that's great. And like I do actually enjoy that and stuff. But like my passion lies in my 5 to 9, you know, that's where like I feel like I come alive. And so trying to marry those things together a little bit more is something that like I'm trying to do. I know you're trying to do that as well. And I know there's a lot of other people who also want to do that. And so if we can help people do that, that would be awesome. Yeah. And like there is so much knowledge out there already on how to do this, but there's not a great distribution platform necessarily where you can be like, okay, these guys are actually, they're trying to help me succeed in this space. We can follow them. ATHCO is going to interview people and ask them the kind of questions that we need to hear, which is like, how do you grow your social media? How do you partner with brands? How do you
become maybe even a better athlete? How you become a better like person in balancing both like the financial and business side of things while not maybe losing the joy in
losing
sports
the
with
joy
it.
of sports. Yeah, like how do I level up my HYROX game? How do I level up my triathlon game or any other sport? We actually want to have some different types of athletes. I think we're in like the fitness space right now.
I mean, we had a triathlete on, we had a cyclist on,
yeah,
we had a
but
HYROX. Actually, it's a pretty good mix, I would say.
yeah, I know, but I think I was saying we want to have a surfer on. We've got some surfers
yeah,
that
fair,
are like
fair.
pretty cool. That like I love surfing. It's like my first passion.
I mean, I would love to do it more, but tough enough in Germany, I guess.
Well, there's that river wave in, was it Munich?
Yeah, Munich. Yeah, that's actually not to, okay.
That'd be
let's maybe not go down this hole, but I think last year they found like a dead body there. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, let's not go down there. But like, yeah, no, yeah, flip. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. The body's not there anymore. You can go and surf. That'd be a great video. When we do the Europe tour 2027, next year it's gonna happen.
Putting it out there.
We'll do a YouTube video teaching you Jannis to surf in a river.
Dude, I think that is actually literally one of the hardest places to learn surfing.
I wonder, it might be actually, but then it all could be easier because
you need to jump on the board as well. It's not like normal when you go to Musenberg where it's like chill waves. You know?
No, it's definitely harder. Yeah. In my mind, it's like the wave's always there.
Fair.
So
you
like,
can't miss it.
Yeah, I can't miss it.
You can only miss the board.
Yeah. Anyway, but like we want to have some surfers on. Maybe we'll have like different disciplines. I know there's like a gymnast.
I feel like also one thing when speaking
on.
of who we want to have on, like if anyone of you in the community knows a cool person that we definitely should have on the podcast that has a cool story or anything you think that person is definitely worth having on, just also please, we're open for any name. So please pop that in the comments or wherever you're going to listen to right now.
Yeah, exactly. So we're trying to have conversations with people that can offer value to our audience.
Yeah.
Whether that's fitness value, just entertainment value, or business value, marketing value.
Like even training philosophy or training styles, because I feel like that's a nice thing. We want to find a balance between not only being a social media podcast, but also still being like an athlete, sports, fitness, health.
Yeah, it's a hard balance to run. I think like we've like internally, I'm a little bit more into the marketing side of things, and Jannis is a little bit more into the fitness side of things, and that's like a cool thing that we bring to the table is we're like a good partnership here.
Yeah, we're balancing each
other out a little bit.
It's also for me like honestly like me like coming as a background with having my creative studio where we do a lot of like the filmmaking, marketing, social media stuff.
Yeah.
It's like it is basically my job, so it's very refreshing for me just to like live out all the other stuff in the sports fitness field, and coming also from a background where I used to be a PT
athlete, little one.
Oh yeah, we definitely have to get into. Speaking of French, we have to settle this discussion. I'm sorry, we have to finish this now. I want to know in the comments what's better, German or French bread. Please be honest.
Most people in South Africa have never tried either.
Whoever listens to you and knows, please, even if it's maybe we have some German listeners or some French listeners, please be honest. German or French bread?
Do you think French are going to be honest about their bread? I feel like the Germans would be like, like if I think about it, I have to be objective. German bread is better. But if they think French bread is better, they're like, I have to tell the truth.
Yeah.
French bread is better. The French would not. They'll just lie.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
No offense.
No, but I think it's honestly.
But like they're super patriotic. They love their country. I love my country. I'm like, South Africa makes the best bread, you know.
I think I never met a South African that is actually not patriotic in a good way.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, South Africans are like a weird bag where we say bad things about our country, but if you say something, we'll freaking come for you. You know what
exactly.
I mean? We'll be like, oh, this country freaking the potholes, and you'd be like, the potholes. You'd be like, yeah, but like it's beautiful though, isn't it?
But it's also like I feel like every South African I've met so far, this country is so amazing. It could be so great.
Yeah,
I think every South African said
there's a lot of scope for potential, you know. Whereas like in Germany, you guys peaked and then it's been downhill since then.
For quite a while, yeah, for sure. So in the beginning of the episode, saying we're not going too political. Yeah, but I feel like honestly, for us it was also very important that we can just maybe have a bit of a boys episode, chat to you guys a bit. I mean, it's not going to be every episode, but we also thought about what could be cool, which is definitely going to come like every, like say 5 to 10 episodes. We're going to have like a little rewind in case you people are like didn't listen to all like the episodes, and then kind of summarize the best takeaways from like the last 5 to 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And give you like a little like really value packed 30-minute quick episode, or you can just get like, if you're only there not just for the chat, but only there for the value, that's also maybe a new segment for you guys.
Little summary episode, like, hey, here's our best fitness tips, here's our best marketing tips, our best social media tips for you, like, you know, from the last couple of episodes. If you want to know more about these things, go watch the other episodes. That's kind of like what we want to do. But yeah, I think also more on the journey and the scope and what we want ATHCO to be, I think, is like, we want ATHCO to be a lot more than just a podcast. The podcast is like the beginning of like the brand, and we're still working on the branding. The branding is a little bit like plain right now, but like we wanna get more of a brand identity. There's a lot to do, you know, so we're piecing these things out slowly but surely.
Yeah.
But like we want ATHCO to be like a hub for learning how to do social media, learning how to be a better athlete, and spanning across YouTube and Instagram. Like I think you and me would both love to make like some cool training videos, some race prep videos.
Yeah, and I feel like also one thing that we thought about, which at the moment is unfortunately just not possible because of also honestly coming back to money, financial reasons, is we would love to, the people that we have on, let's say, especially if it's like an athlete, that we can do like a mini athlete portrait, like a mini doc about them. Let's say we had Nkosi on for the first episode. Our idea was to maybe film him, maybe how he trains or preps for like the Cape Town Marathon. We had Connor on in the third episode, which is training for calling Cape Town, which is probably one of the hardest triathlons in the world.
Exactly. So like we wanna do some filmmaking, some like genuine like documentary kind of production work. That's both of our backgrounds. We're filmmakers first, social media people, podcasters second, you know. And so like in the future, we're gonna be wanting to make content for brands. We're gonna be launching ATHCO Studios soon.
That is actually gonna be bringing what we built also in Europe, bringing that to South Africa as well and expanding it here.
Expanding it here. So, you know, shout out now. This is not the main promo, but if you're listening to this and you need work for a brand in the fitness, wellness, health space, hit us up.
Content production, photography, or any filmmaking. Not trying to plug ourselves too much here, but if you know anyone that needs help, I mean.
Exactly. Yeah. But so we want to do that. ATHCO Studios. So ATHCO Studios is one part. The podcast is another part. YouTube channel, Instagram. And we also want to do those live events that we were talking about earlier. We really want to do those. Those would be epic. That's a lot of effort, planning, overhead, money. We need
actually
partners,
this community into a physical space. That would be amazing.
Yeah, no, exactly. So difficult to get everyone in one place sometimes. Everybody's all over the place. But yeah, so there's a lot more of what we want ATHCO to be than just this podcast. I think to sum it up, tell me if this is right. To sum it up, we want ATHCO to be a community, athlete community, ATHCO. Yeah, we want to build a community of like-minded individuals who have like made fitness, wellness, sport a central part of their life, who want to do life together, and we want to help them turn that into a reality, essentially, and so much more. That's actually I don't think I did a great job of that.
But I mean, in the essence, it breaks it down. Basically, you want to bring in like form a community of like-minded people and equip people with the tools to take advantage of their passion and turn it into, like you said multiple times, like a profession. Let's say it being social media or being an athlete, and just even if it's not a crazy, I will have R1 million, but just being able to just maybe sustain a living and just living your best life because you actually every day wake up and do something you're generally passionate about. Of course, there will be days where you hate it, but that's
on those long runs.
Yeah.
On the long runs close to the end when it's like 30 degrees and you started too late. That's when I hate it.
I'm actually weird like that. I really love these moments of suffering.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Like I said,
When it's
I'm
like
weird
30
that, yeah.
degrees and you're at like K26 and you still got another
Dude,
6 to go, you
And I've probably just my David Goggins team like, yeah,
I'm-
I'm carrying the boat now. Let's
I'm the
go."
penguin. Like, yeah.
No, honestly, I think this penguin trend is the most stupid thing ever.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna leave my friends. I'm gonna leave my family. I'm gonna
Hon-
be the penguin.
Now, honestly, the perfect quote to actually go against it is like, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together with the right people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah. Sheesh. I don't know what else to say, dude. My brain is
Yeah,
fried a bit.
but actually, to be totally transparent, it was the second podcast in a row,
It
which
is the
was
second
really,
podcast
really
in a
cool.
row.
But all I think we should actually can wrap up with
Yeah.
was for us, it's really cool to also just really start building this community right now.
Yeah.
And also just sharing a bit more from our sides. And we will try to keep doing that from
Yeah.
a bit in bit. But also for us, it's more not like, okay, we have this plan, we want to do that way. But
Yeah.
if we want to actively involve the community.
Yeah.
So if there's like wishes, questions, or anything you guys think could be cool, our DMs are always open. Our comment section is always open. I
Yeah.
feel like let's start the discussion and let's build something beautiful all together, and let's uplift each other, help each other, and then we're gonna build something very special here, I feel like.
I think so. If you're an athlete who wants to turn your passion into your profession, give us a follow. We're out here helping people make their dreams a reality. That's the dream for us. That's the dream for hopefully you guys. Or if you just enjoy the content or just like looking at Jannis's curly hair all episode, give us a follow.
Curls for the curls for the ATHCOs.
Curls for the ATHCOs. All right, guys, follow us. You know where? ATHCO CC on Instagram, ATHCO on YouTube.
What's your personal one?
Danny JD _ and
It's Jannis with 3 A's. Yeah,
Jannis with 3 A's. All right.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
See you
guys.
next week.
Bye.